BYU wraps up non-conference play with a win over Florida A&M, 103-57. Mitch Harper, Matt Baiamonte here in the Marriott Center. And Matt, big win for the Cougars as far as the margin of victory. Florida A&M, one of the lowest rated teams in college basketball. So this was an expected outcome. BYU hits the century mark.
Two big takeaways for me. Cannon Catchings was in a little bit of a shooting slump. He had 5 consecutive games below 50% shooting from the field. And 8 of 12, 21 points, 4 threes. He bounced back. They really need him to score consistently if they want to surpass expectations in conference play. And then I thought Dallin Hall played his best game. Felt like Dallin Hall for the first time this season, and that's a big development.
I think we got to give credit to Aunt Tamika for Tamika catching. She's repping the BYU jersey, and then Cannon goes out and has a big game. He was asked about that in postgame. He had a big smile. Pretty cool moment. Just cool seeing one of the legends of basketball repping BYU, and that's just, again, kind of the new attention that's growing with BYU basketball under Kevin Young. But this team rolled, and I think you got a glimpse, too, Matt, of how deep this team is.
Yeah.
And we've known that all along from, preseason when they had their scrimmage. You just knew this team was as deep as we've seen from a BYU basketball squad, but the options that they have. Now it's just kind of, I think, getting it all together healthy, because Yegor didn't play, Richie Saunders didn't play. Get them all ready to go for Big 12 play, which begins in a couple weeks.
Kevin Young's got some hard decisions. I think Mawat Mag has played his way into the rotation. Yeah. We always knew he could defend, and Coach Young after the game said going forward it'll probably be matchup-based and situational. But if he can give you double-digit points, that's a huge bonus. 3 of 4 from the field. He played well against Wyoming. Like, if you're getting something from the defensive stopper, that's a really nice problem to have. And these are the problems I think power conferences want to have. We're so deep. How do we fit Elijah Crawford in? How do we fit Mag in there? Baker. So it's going to be interesting to see how he sorts it all through, because this team really hasn't been healthy all year. When they're healthy, who are the 8 or 9 guys they roll with?
And it's going to be fascinating to see in conference play that begins December 31st against ASU here in the Marriott Center. Again, how Yegor and Dallin continue to mesh, because Dallin has played some great basketball, and Yegor, before Dallin came back from the toe injury, he was playing some great basketball. Together, I think there was just a kind of a patience of trying to fill each other out. It wasn't anyone trying to have one ego over the other. Right. It was just a filling out where they kind of got to figure out what they're going to be together. So that's going to be, I think, a big storyline. And when they come back from their break on December 26th and get back to the annex, that's got to be something they get really drilled down. And you want to hit the ground running in Big 12 play, especially at home, because this league, you got to protect home court. Nobody wins on these Big 12 home courts. The Big 12 teams have been great at home this season, so you got to protect home court. And ASU, not the toughest test, but ASU's been pretty solid in non-conference play. It'll be it's every night in the Big 12.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, that'll probably do it for non-conference
I think so.
play. Yeah, that'll do it. Merry Christmas to you and you.
Merry Christmas as well, Matt. And I think Merry Christmas to Cougar Nation. That I think better schedules are ahead in non-conference. That'll be a nice gift.
Yes, it will. That gift earlier this week from John Rothstein, that was a gift. Villanova in Vegas.
Kevin Young even said himself, when I asked him earlier in the week, he wants more tougher teams.
Yep.
And, I think going forward in the future, whether, obviously AJ DeBanson next year is going to conjure up a lot of eyeballs, so you got to imagine that's going to be some big-time matchups on that schedule. But even in the future, I don't think you're going to see only one game against a top 50 Ken Pom team in the non-conference. Because I think that's still kind of the mystery, Matt, is that this team, you still, they have these individual talents that are like, man, this is such a good roster. But what does it look like night after night against the league?
We don't know.
We don't know yet. I mean, you don't want to just overreact to the Providence game, but that one sure road test, that wasn't great. No. And so you want to be patient and sort this out, but in the future, I think these non-conference schedules, you're still going to have a Florida A&M roll through here every once in a while. That's just the name of the game in college basketball, but you're going to see some more high-profile games. And I think that's exciting, because this schedule left a lot of incomplete in some aspects of what we really know about this team as they get ready for the Big 12.
That'll do it for the Marriott Center. Cougar Sports Saturday. We're continuing through the holidays.
Yes.
We'll have a big bowl breakdown next week. We got a full show tomorrow. Cougar Nation, little pause, but that'll be back straight hoops after the new year. So Merry Christmas. Also, hey, Merry Christmas to the Young family. I got to imagine his kids and his wife are stoked to have him around. A long break for hoops before ASU on New Year's Eve, which you noted. So we'll have coverage of that, the bowl game, and a whole lot more on KSLSports.com.